So what's remarkable about this AdCom is this will be the second AdCom ever to consider a drug specifically for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. What's pretty remarkable here is Duchenne is one of the first pediatric diseases for which the disease gene was cloned, and it was very clear that a certain type of mutation leads to Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And every single person with Duchenne has a mutation in the gene called the DMD gene. And the mechanism of action for how this drug is working is fixing a DNA mutation where a gene is, we used to think of this as the gene is just missing, it's completely broken. But this is a strategy to fix the gene at the RNA level and restore some protein expression. It's the first of an entire new class of drugs, which is pretty remarkable. As a geneticist, I think that blows me away. I think as a parent, it makes me very hopeful. And as a physician, I'd be keen to use this type of drug in patients. So one of the things that the AdCom is intended for is there enough data to say that eteplirsen is indeed effective? Does it really help boys? And is it sufficiently safe that it ought to be approved, even if conditionally approved, so that boys can have access to this drug outside of the trials, and we can learn more about the treatment process.
And it's the wave of the future. I mean, not only is it fixing the proximal genetic problem, it's doing it in a real designer way. When we talk about personalized genetic medicine, this is the example. This is one of the first drugs to go forward based on the principle that we can personalize medicines for individuals and fix them based on knowledge of particular mutations. There's a precedent for testimony at the open public hearing to play a big role in determining what the community is feeling, what type of risks they're willing to endure, and what kind of benefits are meaningful. And so we have all been working hard to make sure that at the advisory committee meeting, the community is well represented. And that is not just the community of patients, but also the community of scientists and physicians who've been working quite hard and seen the benefit of this drug. And so one of the things that we're excited about is that the Duchenne community really has come together to create a community representation at the advisory committee meeting. And we're hopeful that passionate feelings of treating physicians, scientists, and families who have experienced the drug, as well as those that are hoping for drugs in the future, have really come together, and we're hopeful that their message will be heard.
We are hopeful that eteplirsen will get approved. We think there's sufficient evidence for that. We think that for this class of drugs, demonstrating that some dystrophin is induced in the boy's muscles is an amazing, very effective, and scientifically sound basis upon which to continue this drug development pathway. Our own son, Dylan, we're keen for him to receive an exon-skipping drug and hopeful that it may restore dystrophin protein in his skeletal muscles.
Whereas eteplirsen is only effective in addressing 15% of the cases of Duchenne, as you personalize that medicine further, you can begin to pick up additional populations of boys affected by Duchenne with varying mutations. What happens with this first drug put forth by Sarepta will influence their whole pipeline of drugs that stand to benefit 60 to 80% of the boys. Even with drugs currently already available, but in the trial process, a significant fraction of the boys could be treated. And so as parents of a boy who is on the next follow-on drug, we're hopeful that this could move quickly enough that we can make it through all of these drugs in a timely manner.
Yeah.